Togashi. Is that really the only way you could think of to use Mata to Yuppie? Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for Hunter x Hunter episode 108. And this one starts off with more Komugi. You know, there's a lot of Komugi going on. You know, at any time we see Mereum, it's usually because of Komugi. Right, so we start off the episode with more Komugi. Um, and Mereum, he sees that Komugi, we learned her name this episode, Komugi. He sees that she's getting tired and the quality of her play is going down to the point where Showerpoof thinks that Mereum could win in the next 2 or 3 games. And Mereum sees that, but because of his pride, he can't let himself win that way. So he decides to go back on what he said before about no more breaks, and he lets her take a break. Then he leaves, and Komugi gets up to go back to her room, and Showerpoof, he's thinking of killing her because the king is just, he's going back on what he said before, you know, taking back his decrees and everything. He's changing. And Showerpoof thinks that Komugi is not a good influence on Mereum. You know, but then he decides not to kill her because if he did that, then Mereum would remain a loser at Komugi forever. Right? So, which is true. You know, that's the reason why Mereum hasn't killed her yet. Because of his pride and how he has to beat her first. He wants to beat her. If he gives up, if he kills her, then it would be the same as admitting that he couldn't beat her. You know, that goes back to what Komugi said a couple episodes back. You know, if you're gonna kill me, then beat me with Komugi. You know, so clearly the first time we saw her, the narrator said, you know, this girl has an effect on Mereum. We're seeing that right now, right? And this scene with Showerpoof, he's thinking about like, when he was trying to figure out what to do. You know, it started off kind of serious, but then it just transitions into being this weird kind of comedy. And he's all of a sudden he takes out his violin or whatever, and he's doing all these like poses, like all this stuff, and being dramatic, like it's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, you know, and it just turns into weird comedy. And of course, and Monte Yuppie just shows up. He's like, like I guess Togashi can't think of anything else to do with the guy, so he just randomly throws him in at times. And the same thing happened with Pito later on too. You know, she learned about Hagia. She figured out what was going on with Deep Purple, and she's like, at first she's thinking, oh, I want to face this guy. Then it just turns into comedy. She starts doing like cliche cat noises and stuff like yeah, like all this cliche Japanese cat stuff. And Montejubi's just staring at her from inside too. He's like, like I was like, was it supposed to be funny? I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I guess it was supposed to be funny. I didn't really care too much. I just thought it was weird. But after the whole Showerpoof stuff, we end up seeing everyone back together: Killua, Gon, Knuckles, Shu, Mereum, and Calgo. I think that's it. I think that's everybody. Oh, if it's not, then oh well. But everyone, the point is everyone's together except for Morel, No, and Netero. Yeah, okay, so that should be it. Yeah, all of those guys are together, and they decide that them and Netero and Morel are going to infiltrate the palace using those portals, and they're going to try and draw the royal guard away from Mereum. And we learned that Gon, Killua, and Calgo are going to be the first ones to go in. All right, and they're going to try and break the guard's formation. Not break the formation, but they're going to try and draw all the attention of the royal guard. Then Mereum is going to go in and break the formation with Knuckle. I'm assuming, you know, why wouldn't he go with Knuckle? Doesn't make sense, all right? But yeah, they're pretty much just confirming their plan and everything. And Gon ends up asking about Palm, and you know, if she, you know, what's going on with her, and they all go back and forth talking about stuff. But the conclusion that you can draw from it is that they should forget about Palm for now and focus on the mission. That's pretty much what what we get out of that. All right, Golden's worried, but you can't afford to be worried about her right now. We need to focus on the mission, take out Mereum, and then we'll worry about Palm later. And that's just how things have to be. With someone with a threat like the Chimera ants out there, that's just how things have to be. All right, and Shoot also mentions that we insult her if we insult her resolve, if we were to worry about her and check up on her and see how she's doing. So, I mean, I guess that you could take it that way too. You could also just see it as not thinking that she can handle it on her own. Then again, neither could know. But then again, and I guess you could go, nah, never mind. I was gonna, nah, never mind. Don't worry about it. Never mind. All right, after all that stuff ends, we go back to Meruem and Gungi and Komugi, and Meruem is actually getting advice from her. He's getting advice from her, which someone who's as prideful as Meruem, I never thought that he would be allow himself to take advice from Komugi. So that surprised me. It really did. I won't go as far as to say I was shocked, but it was a decent surprise. And Shao Poof shows up and talks to him about the plan, like moving some things up. And Miriam just says, "All right, whatever, just go away. All right, go away. I'm busy. Deal with it yourself. You can make the decision." All right, so he gets chased out, and Montezuma sitting there. Apparently, he was chased out too, probably for being so useless. I mean, the guy never does crap. Seriously, I just can't like him. I can't like Montezuma. I should call him Montezuma because he sucks so much. All right, he just doesn't do anything. I just can't like him. I can't. He's one of the royal guard, and he never does anything. He never even shows up. I feel like Togashi just didn't know what to do with his character because he just doesn't do anything. But whatever. um, Shawapoof ends up telling Montezuma that he doesn't know if Meruem will beat Komugi anytime soon, because not only is Meruem growing, but Komugi is growing too. Okay, so and we see later that she awakens her Nen. She's got this aura, these like aura bubble things, and her Nen allows her to come up with new strategies for Gungi, everything. So that was actually a pretty cool scene, actually, really well done. I made it my thumbnail actually. And actually, speaking of strategies, I believe one of the scenes after the whole Montezuma shower proof thing is everyone walking through Knuckle and them. They're walking through the forest, and they're talking about or thinking about their strategy. Moral's think more. Not Morel, Knuckle. He's thinking about the strategy, and he explains to us that they're going to try and take advantage of the fact that Pito thinks Morel is acting alone. And they're going to try and make the royal guard think that there are assassins hidden among the citizens. That way their attention is drawn away from the palace, outside of it, technically. Outside, not away from the palace, just outside of it. And then they can go in and focus on Meruem. But Killua actually mentions during this time that something feels off. And we see the days that they've been crossing out, that there's one day left. So Killua feels that something is off. So that means things aren't going to go according to plan, which it's shown, and they never should go according to plan. Or else, like, what would be the point? Like, we would feel cheated if everything went according to plan. They just beat the Chimera ants like that with Mereum, right? So, and Knuckle, right? But after that, the rest of the episode is just like Meruem, pretty much. It's focused on him. And to be honest, I thought this was the best part of the episode that comes after this. Komugi asks for a break because she asks for a break so that she can try and record the strategy she's come up with. She has a photographic memory when it comes to Gungi, so she's gonna like move the pieces around, remember where they were, just remember the strategies. And she asks Meruem what his name is, and it turns out he can't remember, and that was kind of weird. And he ends up summoning Royal Guard and asking them about this, and she showed signs of memory loss. He's like he wasn't even sure if Shawapoof was Shawapoof, and all the others too. And so Shawapoof tries to convince him, that he doesn't need a name. He's king. That's all he needs to know. But Mereum isn't having any of that. Right? He says, king is just a title. That's it. And he mentions about how Komugi was glowing, and this leads to Shawapoof saying, "Oh my God, he's remembered that human's name," and that doesn't spell out memory loss. It spells out memory manipulation. Like Mereum's memories were manipulated somehow. So that's big. That's big. All right. That's if Shawapoof maybe Matsudabi did do something. I don't know. Maybe that was him and not Shawapoof, because Shawapoof's the one who creates abilities for other people. Maybe he created that ability for himself. Who knows? But this shows signs of memory manipulation. So I'm interested in seeing and getting more details about that. But Mereum ended up talking after this about how strength can manifest in different ways and how everybody pretty much has the potential to surpass him in any given area. And when he hears that, Shawapoof thinks that Mereum is starting to regret his actions. But no, it's the exact opposite. It's actually the exact opposite. He's thinking about this stuff, and he considers himself to be strong. He considers himself to be strong for extinguishing lives for no reason at all, pretty much. And he decides he's going to do the same thing to Komugi. He's just going to go and kill her, right? So he heads to her room to kill her, and he does the exact opposite. For some reason, she's being attacked by this bird or something, and he does a complete 180 and protects her on like instinct or something, like or reflex. He just protects her. It's almost as though he was obsessed with her safety. It's like he's in love with her. Like, seriously, it really is like he's in love with her. So that was interesting. That was an interesting way for the episode to end, an interesting second half. But that's it for the episode. And I actually did enjoy this. I really did. Mereum and just seeing his character develop. It's just I really did enjoy that. So I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. Same rating I give to Tokyo Ravens. While Tokyo Ravens was mostly comedy, this was development, but it's still like it took the second half of the episode to actually get to this point. So I'm just gonna give it an 8.5 and not a 9. But still, I mean, it was a really, really, really good, almost great episode. So I'll give it an 8.5 out of 10. But that's it for now, you guys. We got a little shot of Nove in the preview with gray hair. He's clearly been stressed out. Presidents don't even get gray hair that quickly, right? But yeah, that's really it for the episode, you guys. This episode of Hunter x Hunter gets an 8.5 out of 10. But that's it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.